Hello Virgo, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they are feeling towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Mershinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. Others of you may have been in a situationship. This could be in the past, could be current. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I don't channel through any spirit guides, I never have. And I have certain reasons for that. Okay. Some of you may feel that there's a whole lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up in this connection. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. Oh, yikes. Grumpy. Virgo. You have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that are a bit on the dark side. This is your person of interest and what they are feeling towards you. But for some of you that don't know who this person is, you may wonder, I don't have a person of interest. This could be somebody from your past that is coming through, their feelings and emotions. And if that's not something that you're looking for, then most likely this reading is not going to resonate for you, because what I look into are feelings and emotions of people. All right. We have here power followed by beliefs. Very strong cards. Boundaries, awakening, selfhood, illusion, pleasure, anger, and rage. And then we have challenge. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Virgo, there's things about you that you yourself don't understand. How you have this strong effect on me. You have no idea how much power you have over me. You make me weak in the knees and emotionally vulnerable. You have this power of seduction even though you don't even have to seduce. You are so gorgeous, so beautiful, so tempting. And yet, this temptation, there's a sense of being forbidden. Forbidden from the things that I desire, we desire. Especially what I desire. This feeling that I have, I realize now that we don't really see eye to eye. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are quite different than mine and where I'm coming from. I do know that in this connection, there is this set of beliefs, this standard that exists. I was born and brought up in a very different way, and so were you. I know and I feel that in this connection, there's this lack of commonality. My opinions, my ideas are quite different versus yours. Everything that I have done, everything that I've gone through, my morals, my ethics, my beliefs, my mindset, it doesn't really resonate with yours. It doesn't match with yours. And this is simply because, yes, we are two different people. We're not the same. And because of these differences, it's difficult for both of us to see eye to eye, to be on the same page. I do feel that this distance that exists between us, these boundaries that are keeping us far apart, are caused by these opinions and these differences. But I have come to this emotional awakening. I want to stay away from you because I don't want to have so many feelings and emotions that are overwhelming. But I have come to the realization, and I've seen things now that I didn't see before. I feel things now. And I can feel what it is that you have gone through, what I have put you through. Seeing things through your perspective. Understanding where it is that you're coming from. I do feel that in this connection, there is this sense of knowingness where there's this heart that I have, and a part of that heart has stayed the same, but a part of it has changed because our opinions, our ideas, our views are not the same. I see you now as somebody who has moved on. Somebody who is very different. Very much changed. I don't understand how to move forward in this connection. Once upon a time, I knew you. But now to me, you look as if you've moved on. You are vibrant, alive, thriving. So many things have changed. You have changed. Everything that I have become, it's because of you. And everything that you turned into, it's because of me. For me, you were not like this before. You were approachable because I thought I knew you. But now you're strong, you're independent, self-sufficient, self-confident. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. You never really needed me before, but now it's even more intimidating for me. I also see that you are very much guarded. You are very guarded. Because you have been through this connection with me, this energy that you have shared, once bitten, twice as shy, it is difficult for you to trust ever again, to be that person who can easily be manipulated or persuaded. To a degree, I feel that that's what I did to you back then. But I do understand, And I do feel that in this connection, I want to reach out to you, but I find it difficult to do so. Instead, I pretend as if nothing matters to me. But that's far from the truth. You matter. But to you it seems as though I am emotionally detached. I hide behind a false mask, behind a veil. I dare not tell you what it is that I'm feeling and thinking. The feelings and emotions that I have, I don't expose this. The pleasure that I've had with you was so intense. It's unworldly. This pleasure was physical and spiritual. But because it was so intense, I've had to put boundaries on it, a block on it. Because I can't think straight. I am frustrated. There's a part of me that's very angry. And there's rage, irritation, annoyance. It's building up. Not on you. But I blame myself for wanting you this badly. Feeling frustrated in a way. How could I have let this happen? I'm frustrated at myself. I'm angry at myself. I should have been stronger. But I was weak. Because you make me feel powerless. It's difficult for me to get out of this feeling, out of this connection. And what I do feel is a whole lot of challenge. The challenge that I feel, the challenge that I face, it's every day. How do I live with myself knowing what I know, how I feel, what I've done? You really had an impact on me. And the impact that you've had, it is and it has been long-lasting. It is so strong that even the shadow, even the echo moves me. It's too strong, this connection that I have with you. And because it's so intense, it makes me feel powerless. As if I can't think straight. I can't do things as I used to. I don't want to be in that position. This is why I am quite frustrated with myself. How did I let this happen? How did I let this slip? For now, your feelings and mine, no, we don't see eye to eye, but I do know that many of the things that you have gone through, the things that I know, there are certain things that you and I have that are common. But then there are way too many differences. And because of this, I think sometimes it's challenging for us to be together. And that's why, Virgo, there is distance right now. All right, Virgo. Wow, there's a whole lot going on here, guys. It's almost as if this person, they know there's levels here. They know where they are, but they also know that deep down there's this potential for a whole lot of love, commitment. But they only want to be on the surface. They don't want to go deep because they know if they do, they will just flow with the river and into the ocean with you that ocean of love. They don't want that right now. Maybe they did before, but at this very moment, the way the reading is coming out, some of you may feel that the roles are reversed. Some of you may feel that this is not your reading. It's a general love reading. But we have some really intense cards here that talk about differences and how they pull you far apart. How we have here boundaries. How somebody here is emotionally detached. And how somebody is annoyed or angry. There's a little bit of irritation here. I'm getting the word struggles, obstacles, hindrances. And of course, the overall arching theme we have here is challenge. So because of these types of feelings and emotions that are going through this individual, there's just so many things here that are restricting them from being with you the way that you would like them to. So there are certain things here that are quite unique, quite different. All right, let's have a look at another deck. That is the Lover's Path Tarot. Ooh, there you go. So this deck in particular, I have a look at the reason why. So I look at the why. Why did things not work out between the both of you in this connection? Perhaps they did not tell you. Maybe they've ghosted you. Maybe there's a lack of closure. Maybe there is a lack of communication between the both of you. So with this spread, I have a look at the reason why some of them, or your person of interest, they may not have told you. Not everybody tells and speaks of these things. They just kind of ghost and they just fade. So at least this will give you a better understanding as to what happened. So once upon a time, it may have been very sweet, but then things started to become very sour. So here I look into the reason why it became like that. First card's the strongest. We have here innocence. And I do read these in the reverse. Please keep that in mind. This is not being read upright. We have here how this individual started to ignore their better instincts. There was a sense of cynicism and pessimism. Why was that? Because of the distrust that they had of themselves and of others. So it's really interesting because we have here innocence and trust and optimism. So there is this desire to explore more. However, they felt that it was a safer route to not make a move at all. So part of them was very new. They actually may have acted, Virgo, as if they knew it all. Mr. or Mrs. Know-it-all, or Mr. and Miss Know-it-all. But they actually didn't. And that's almost like an impression that they made on you. You may have thought that this person is something else, but it turns out that they were somebody else completely. Here we have the Prince of Coins. The Prince of Coins here, it does talk about a lack of opportunity and not really wanting to work hard because there's a lack of development. There is a lack of wisdom that was necessary to create development, and this individual was not really seeking opportunities for development going forward. The reason why was inertia and laziness. They were the type of person that was not taking any action or responsibilities. Wow. Inertia or laziness. Not taking action or responsibilities. Well, there you have it. Person did not want to budge. Now, keep in mind this is a prince, right? This is a prince. After that, we do have, there's the queen and then there's a king. But still, this would be considered a page. So this is somebody who is young. This is somebody who might not be young, but they think in a very immature kind of way, an inexperienced kind of way. So this individual was not reliable, guys. It's almost as if the connection was very intense and you thought you knew them, but then it turned out that they were quite different from what you originally thought them to be, because they're creating a different kind of impression. For some of you, you might feel that you were manipulated. I'm getting the word distrust. So I do see this here, that there is this lack of openness, a lack of truth. Before, there may have been. However, when things really became more serious in this connection, what to do, let's move forward, there was that lack of optimism. They knew that they could have done it, but they chose not to. Inertia and laziness. Somebody that just didn't consider this a priority at the time. And in all honesty, Virgo, as I see the cards right now, the way they came out, right now it also seems as if it might not be the first thing that's on their mind. The first thing on their mind right now is, how do I overcome the challenge? So they do want you, but they're hesitating because they don't really know how to move forward in this connection. All right, let's have a look. We have here the Beginner's Tarot. Oh my. 5 of Pentacles. Feeling rejected. But also feeling like the victim, even though they literally might not be the victim. You might be the victim. There's some people that do have victim mentality. It is a part of their nature. It's not a good trait. It's not a good trait. It's hard to be in society like that when you are constantly thinking and believing that you are the victim. Yes, people are the victim. Sometimes they are genuinely. But then there are people that are always thinking that people are out to get them. There's always a conspiracy. So that mindset needs to change. That belief that exists needs to change. Okay. So this deck I look at to see any actions, any plans, any intentions that your person of interest may have towards you. Okay. So we have here, let's just see what's under. There you go. My. So we have here 2 cards that are really nice, and the others are a little bit of a struggle. 5 of Pentacles here, it does talk about how in this connection, your person of interest feels that they do not have the type of love, a sterility. They're sterile when it comes to love and emotions and development of a relationship. This is how they feel. They feel that they're not good enough because they cannot give you what it is that you desire and need. But we also have the Sun card, right? This is really interesting. Complete opposite, we have here snow, cold weather. Here we have bright sun, lush green. The feelings and emotions this person has, they do want you. They want you, and they realize that in the coming days, in the future here, you are going to have a sense of happiness, prosperity, joy. But this is coming from their side, and you may feel this person's energy that way as well. This individual feels that you are that special someone, and they want to make things work in this connection. They want to move forward in this connection on that level so that there can be some prosperity. There can be a future. What is that future? 4 of Wands, wanting to build something with you because they feel this is a spiritual connection. Wanting to have stability, wanting to build a home, wanting to have that closure. It's a very nice card. Both of these cards are really nice. Here we also have the 6 of Swords. So the 6 of Swords here, it does talk about how this individual does have these intentions, but the action that they're taking is to move on onto calmer waters, to do something different, maybe even to take action in a different kind of way to deal with the situation, to move away from the situation that they're in right now, so that they can have the Sun and the Four of Wands. The overall arching theme right now, what they are actually stuck in, emotionally, mentally, and maybe even physically, is the way the Eight of Swords is positioned. This individual is blindfolded. They can't see, they can't hear. Their arms have been tied, their hands, their legs, their feet. They can't move. They're surrounded by swords, indicating that they are caged. They don't have freedom, restrictions, constraints. And far in the distance, somebody's watching them like a hawk. When somebody is so restricted, how are they to move on in life and have fun? They can't. This is difficult. There is a lack of movement here because of restrictions being caused in the home environment. Some of you might be either at the beginning or the end, or maybe even the middle, but something stopped here. It was a relationship, and it could have been, for some of you, a third-party situation. But if it's not a third-party situation, it just talks about the struggles that exist, the obstacles, the struggles, the hindrances that exist when the both of you would have wanted to be together, or even if you want to be together. This individual feels that the circumstances that they come from in their life, it might affect them, but it's not supposed to affect you. Unfortunately, it does affect you because their actions also affect you. They are very restricted. They do not have freedom. It's almost as if somebody's watching them. And it also talks about internal and external forces. Internal being that they are very much tied up and they don't want to take that leap of faith. And external meaning that there's other people. Remember, it's a prince, right? Somebody young. So maybe somebody who's very impressionable. Perhaps somebody's giving them advice. Perhaps they asked for advice because they don't have that much wisdom. Like it said before, lack of wisdom. So there are several reasons here why this person may not be reaching out to you. But do they have the intentions, Virgo? Yes, they do. They want a happily ever after with you. Absolutely, yes. For now, I don't see them taking any action towards you. But they may connect with you for a little bit, and then they may fade away for a while. Only perhaps in the next reading we'll see what happens from here. But yes, they're wanting to move on from the situation because they feel so darn restricted. Their aim is eventually to be with you. So I can only say that these type of feelings, they don't decrease usually. They only increase. And by increasing, it just indicates that this person really knows what they want, and somehow they will try their best to get it. To get you. Okay. So, interesting. You have here a situation where you're dealing with someone that's not really taking much action, but on the inside, they're burning up. It's the sun. Hot, right? All right, so I'm just going to do a quick prayer. All right, so as you would have seen, the title, there is a bonus reading here at the end, and that I typically have when I do spiritual journey readings. So I wanted to do a spiritual journey reading for you, which is like a mini reading, but it's a bonus reading. And it's going to be just after this particular deck, is to see certain things maybe that you could possibly think of changing or adjusting according to the new year. Things that are beneficial for you. Ooh, okay. My. Compromise, and it's up to you. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, and Uriel, and they are very strong. very, very strong feelings and emotions. I'm getting here also, I'm going to put a card. This card is coming out too. Within the next few weeks or months, this could be. Interesting. We have here, the angels here are saying that in this situation that you have, as we have seen in the beginning, the cards are very complicated. Even right now, the last set of cards, again, complicated. They are saying here that you do have a choice. Not all of you are going to want to be with this individual. Not all of you are going to have a great relationship with this person if you keep yourself stuck in this situation because it's not working out for you. It's almost like you're trying to force the connection, either you or them. Could be vice versa. But what I'm seeing here is this desire to move forward, and you do have an option. This person and yourself, you have an option here, Virgo. It's up to you. Either you want to stay with this person, you can. But if you do, there's going to have to be a compromise. You have the compromise card there. So adjusting a little bit, letting them adjust, letting go of a few things, so do you, and then you both meet in the middle. And the compromise needs to be equal compromise from both sides. If it's just one-sided, typically I've seen 60-40 is kind of like the ratio there, okay? So, 60-40, or rather it's like 4 and 6, right? Out of 10. So 60%, it could be you. 40% might be them. However, if it's 70, then 30 is only them, and that's not a lot of compromise. So you need to be careful and to know, is this person really dedicating themselves? Are they really trying to change? Or are they just doing it because it's something that's just a little fun? As I've been doing this reading, you may notice my nose is getting stuffed. And there's no change in temperature in the location that I'm in. This could also indicate that they have an issue with their third eye, as well as with expressing themselves in terms of what comes out of their mouth, how they express themselves, how they talk. So this could also be, sometimes I get that from people's energies. I get these symptoms, which are just random symptoms. They're so strange sometimes. So I just wanted to mention that this could be that this individual is having problems being emotionally distant, in a way, detached. They're having problems expressing themselves. And so if they have that, sometimes you might just not need to probe them, but let them talk to you when they feel comfortable. Here, alongside this compromise, they do want you to still use your intuition. Meditation will bring you answers. This is prayer to the divine. This is meditation to the divine. When you do that, the meditation could be minimum 2 to 3 minutes. I'll repeat that. Nope, that was a mistake. Meditation is 21 minutes. That's what my angel guide, Angel Fakiel, has told me. And prayer can be minimum from 2 to 3 minutes. Just make sure it's very, very strong and intense. The feelings and emotions that you have, you know that you are actually talking to a being and somebody is actually hearing it. Okay? If you feel that, things will start to happen for you. You'll start to notice the differences as time goes by. Here, meditation brings answers, but even with the answers, Virgo, it's important to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is your soul, much older and wiser than you are, the body/spirit. So listen to your intuition. And as they say here, do remain positive. It's important for you to remain positive because you will be able to attract more positive energy going forward. And we also have here, within the next few weeks or months, there is going to be this compromise. For those of you that really feel a whole lot of struggle in this connection, and you don't really see it going further, and you see yourself waiting for this person even more. Remember, 6 of Swords, right? They're moving on. Who knows when they're going to come back, right? Whatever happens, few months here is a timeline for both of you, both groups. But for the ones that really just want to move on from this person, please do. Because still, After meditating, after praying, you will get a chance to listen to your own intuition and learn new things from that. Remain positive, and good things are still going to come to you within the next few months. Here, compromise still might be made in terms of, okay, let's just be friends, that type of thing. However, from what I've seen, it is extremely difficult for people to remain as friends when you have had a very passionate, very intimate kind of connection. Because it frustrates the other person, and your person is frustrated. They don't know what to do. Alrighty, let's have a look at 3 decks that I have. So this one is Archangel Oracle cards. Now, I will be channeling these angels, and typically it's any words of wisdom, messages that they feel that are important for you to hear. And this may affect your past, your present, and what you are wanting to do in the future. The past meaning it's not going to change anything from the past, but it may change your perspective on certain things that have happened in the past. Oh, okay. Flyer. Okay, we have hello from heaven. Hello from heaven. Somebody in heaven is saying hello to you. It's a card meant for somebody because of the way it just came out. Somebody wanted to send this message to you. Somebody who has passed on. And they've gone to heaven, so you don't have to worry. Here I have Archangel therapy cards. Listen to your intuitive feelings. And check this out. We had here, listen to your intuition. So we are on point, people. Ooh, be willing to forgive. Now remember, forgiving and compromising, they go hand in hand. So I'm seeing a theme here now. Some of you may be noticing this too. All right. There's one last deck, which I do not know the name of. It is, however, all angel related. Same. I just forgot the name of the deck. It's very teeny tiny. Look at its size. It's even smaller than my hand. Okay. Oh, very different. That's nice to see fresh, different cards here. Different messages for different people. Okay. So, first card's the strongest here. We have Hello from Heaven. Archangel Azrael is saying your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Not to get too emotional, and I don't mean to upset you, but maybe you have lost somebody this past year, maybe even before that. And once in a while, or maybe even every day, you think of them, you miss them. Know that their spirit is still there. Their soul may have moved on to a different life, a different place. However, their spirit, and the memory that they have it of you. They want to let you know that you don't have to worry about them. For some of you, that may feel that you'd like for them to go into the light if you feel that they had a very tragic ending in the end days of their life. I do have a package on my website called Into the Light Package. And I teach you how to send an individual into the light, provided that that is where their existence was meant to be. Some people don't always go to the light. They're not meant to. However, have a look at that Into the Light package if you feel that you want to send your loved one into a better place, into the light, if you feel that things for them were very tragic and that everything happened so suddenly. Because sometimes those souls and spirits, they stay on planet Earth not really knowing what to do next, because it's a shock to their system too. It's a shock to their energy. They just don't know what to do. And so the package I created so that you can guide them. It's your person. You don't have to be afraid of them. Here we have also, you know what to do. Archangel Uriel is saying, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So there are certain things here that you are aware of, that you know, and it's important for you to take action. Now, typically this is in regards to stuff that comes to your mind that's repetitive. A certain plan that you have, maybe a project, something you want to start, something you want to stop, right? But it's something that's repetitive patterns, and pay attention to that, because that's coming to you intuitively from the divine as well, and your own higher self. And talking about higher self here, we have listen to your intuitive feelings. And over here we had listen to your intuition. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. So when you do have that, that is exactly why you know what to do. Now this one is really interesting. Be willing to forgive. Yikes, that means that in this connection, or even somebody that may have passed on, you have not forgiven them. There's just this grudge, this anger. The only way and the easiest way to forgive is, as a Christ consciousness has taught the world, compassion. Compassion is the easiest way to forgive somebody, just to understand that your level of thinking might be a bit more enlightened. And this person, they didn't gel very well with you. They didn't see eye to eye. However, it's important to have compassion, to know that, you know what, they just didn't know any better. They did what they did because they are the sum of what they were. Their experiences. They didn't know any better. And that's the only way and the easiest way to forgive someone. Because if you don't forgive, it's like a negative energy bubble that orbits around your mind, wherever you go, anywhere on the planet. Sometimes even after you pass away, that negative energy bubble still exists, because it's an energy that holds on to you and you hold on to it. You don't want that. You want freedom from that grudge, from that negative energy. So as this card says, be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and your body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. It's easier said than done, but give it a try. We also have here acceptance. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. So what I'm seeing here is not only the acceptance that you have for yourself, but for other people, accepting them for their faults, and also for people that may have passed on, that have passed away, that maybe you did not forgive. You just couldn't. It was just so traumatic, so upsetting. However, accepting the situation, that is important as well, with unconditional love. Because when you have this, you send out a different type of vibration, a positive vibration. Remain positive. We also have here, see only love. Look past the seeming errors, the mistakes, and the misunderstandings, and see only the love within each person, including yourself. Your resolute focus upon the love that underlies every situation brings about healing and undreamed ways of thought. This is amazing, because this entire section right now is talking about forgiving an individual who is either currently alive or whose energy still exists and their body is not alive. So there's two things here. Virgo, do what you got to do. Okay? That is your message. Very deep. Very, very deep. Oh my goodness. It's not going to resonate for everybody. But there is a situation here where somebody has hurt someone so much that they just cannot move forward in this connection, and they find it difficult to live, to be themselves, to be as they once were before. But the only thing they can do is forgive. Because once this starts, then you have the openness to listen to your feelings intuitively. You have that capacity in your heart to accept unconditionally and to only see love as it truly is, and to see the mistakes that human beings make, to see the errors that they make, the enemies that they make. Why do they do this? But you can only do this if you have that compassion to understand they just didn't know any better. And when somebody doesn't know any better, the only thing we can ever try to do is try to educate and try to reason. But if you say something to somebody, always explain to them, I'm doing what I'm doing because of blah, blah, blah. Give them a reason. And they will know you, they will trust you. They won't just assume things. Virgo, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity, some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. For those of you who are new, I do have another channel called Asnointia Audio, and on that channel you can see videos regarding spiritual connections, relationship-related advice, as well as the most recent one I uploaded was about negative energies. What and who are negative energies? Those videos are absolutely free, and feel free to like, share, and subscribe to that channel as well. All right then. I hope the rest of this reading in the beginning was helpful and it resonated for some of you. Do let me know in the comments below if any of it has. It's always helpful to know. All right then. You all take care, stay safe. Happy holidays to all of you. Bye now.